Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Now, in today's video, we have a podcast, episode one. I know you guys did not expect this, but we have two special guests. We have Conowen and Sabletooth. You guys can go ahead and introduce yourselves, so your names, your channel, and of course, I'll say like your hobbies, like what you like to do, and we'll pretty much continue on from that.
Okay. Want me to start?
Yeah, you can go, Conowen.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
no.
okay. Yeah, sure. I can go ahead. Hi guys. I'm Conowen, and yeah, I mean, in terms of like hobbies, I'm a big uh, coder. Let's say I used to study a lot for trying to work in the gaming industry. That kind of failed, and I'm more of a tech guy. I work in a IT environment, and on my free time, I like to do stuff like traveling and also like motorcycle, those kind of stuff. So yeah, that's more or less a brief overview about me.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
All right, Sable,
Yeah.
what
So
about
for
you?
yeah. So for me, I like to work out. Like almost every single day. For almost a year now. And yeah, for other hobbies, I mean, I like the game. You can always see that by my channel and everything. And for my channel, I like to. I mean, I started out with TOG only, but now I'm like more trying to diversify at also to other games like SLA or other gacha games. And eventually I also want to go onto like Souls games or something because I really like those games.
All right, that's dope. That's dope. Now, for me, no, my name isn't, I'm gonna say my real name, not my full name. It's Isaac, by the way. And when it comes to hobbies, I'll say I like to play basketball. Basketball is actually pretty fun. Uh I also like to go to the gym as well. I've been going for like, I'll say 4 or 5 months. It's actually pretty good. Definitely recommend you guys don't go to the gym. Definitely recommend you to go to the gym because you'll improve yourself, you'll boost your confidence. I recommend you guys to definitely go to the gym. But I'm also, into coding as well. Like I'm doing computer science in college. So that's actually pretty dope, Conan, when that you're doing coding. But you can teach me some things. But yeah, I'll
I'm not
say
sure about that, but yeah, we
but
can talk
yeah,
about that stuff for sure.
yeah, we'll definitely talk about it. But yeah, basketball, I like to make videos. As you guys can see, I make a lot of videos. I'm really quick with it. Editing, I really like it a lot. I enjoy it. It's just like making a video and posting, it feels like you accomplished something. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, those are pretty much my hobbies. Basketball, making videos, going to the gym. And yeah, so it's pretty much it for me. So I pretty much have like 9 questions for y'all. Not 9 questions, I'll say 8 questions, and then the ninth part is like final thoughts. So for the first question, how are you feeling about Tower of God New World? We can get started with Conan.
Yeah, so for me, I'd say that the current status of the game is satisfying for me just because I wasn't looking for a game that like took a lot of time. I I would say that it's still taking up a lot of time, but more for the content creation part than for the actual game. Because the game itself is pretty chill. You don't have to spend a lot of time on it, and that's exactly what I was looking for. And I also like the Tower of God manhwa a lot, so that's definitely a huge boost to me playing this game. But what I can say is that I feel like there is a bit of like lack of direction that I can see from the developers themselves. Like they try to push stuff that to me is way too PvP oriented because the game itself is probably one of the most free to play gachas I've ever played. The thing is, there is that PvP part that kind of forces you to invest way too much, uh, especially money, because if you don't pay on this game, you cannot really compete in PvP, which I think is a bit of a shame. But for the PvE aspect of it, I'm pretty happy with the game. I don't share a lot of their ideas, but I think we're going to talk about those points also further down the line. For now, I think the game is okay. I don't see it dying anytime soon, but definitely the decisions that they're making are a bit questionable lately.
I agree. What about you, Sable?
Yeah, so I feel the same. I mean, the state of the game is kind of like it's okay, but in some aspects they're like you see them growing. So, for example, the Shinsu
Hmm.
acquisition with the archive and everything, that's good.
Hmm.
But I hate the events right now because they're just rerunning every single event they already done. The
Yes.
skins,
Yes.
they're the same. Uh, like, I mean, rerunning an event is kind of boring, but not even making a new skin for free. Like, literally, I don't know what you get. You get something like gold if you buy the skin, if you get like a double skin. So, I mean, that's what I really hate about the game. But the adventure, I mean, climbing is kind of hard, but it's also pretty fun. The adventure overall, in my opinion.
Good points. Good
So that's
points.
okay.
Those are really good points. For me, I mean, you guys probably know how I feel, but for me,
Yeah.
I feel like the game. I'll definitely be honest. Like out of all the games I played so far, it is definitely a. I'll say it definitely is a free to play game for sure, and we can all agree that Tower of God New World is definitely a free to play game. But
Yeah.
one of the main things I don't like about the game is the revolution system. Me personally, I just feel like the revolution system it incentivizes the devs to create mediocre kits, like mediocre
Hmm.
base kits for every character now. Because before they introduced revolution system, the base kits for most units were actually pretty good. But now that we have Revolution System, the devs they would create mediocre kits. Let's say Quintessential, for example. It's like without
Mhm.
the Revolution, he's not really that crazy. Sure, he's like invincible, like immortal with his passive, but without the Revolution, he's not really that crazy, you know? So also Caliban is also a good example as well. Dog shit. Like absolute dog shit without the Revolution.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like one of the main things I just don't like about the game is how they implemented the revolution system. I was hoping that the revolution system would make old characters like let's say hats for example, valuable again. That's what I was hoping. But unfortunately, it's
Mhm.
like they use revolution system to like they used it for you to max out every single SSR plus DPS character so that you can make them feel valuable long term. That's one of the main things I don't like. And I will say, 21 dupes. That's my thing. Like 21 copies
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
to make a
That's
character valuable. That I just don't like that at all. Like at least make it where for you to max out an SSR character, you'll need let's say 9 dupes. For SSR plus 15 dupes. And then let's say for family head, 21 dupes. They could do something like that. So I don't know, 21 dupes for every single character in the game. I don't know, it just doesn't sit right with me. And the progression system. I feel like the progression system, like it's fair to say that, the game in terms of progression, you're supposed to take your time, you're not supposed to rush. That's a good point. But when it comes to floor, I'll say around floor 70 to like floor 100, the difficulty spike is crazy. Like it's actually insane. It's either your team dies in like 5 or 10 seconds, or the enemy team dies in 5 or 10 seconds. So I'll say the progression system it's a little bit flawed. They could definitely work on that. But those are my takes on the game overall. But I will say Tower of God New World is definitely a pretty good game in terms of like you being able to have access to most of the content in the game, events, uh, adventure mode, Trials of Chaos. That's actually pretty good. So that's my take. So,
Hmm.
guys, good. We can move on, or got any
Uh,
disagreements,
y-
agreements?
yeah, I just wanted to comment on one thing that
Mhm.
I agree with you about the kits of the new units being a bit, let's say, intentionally underpowered to then sell you the revolution later.
Yeah.
I agree that that's definitely what they're trying to do, but I also see it in another way, and that is when you face them in adventure. If they had broken kits, that would have been even worse. So I get it. It's bad that you
Mhm.
have to invest a lot of copies on a unit to make them good. But to be honest, I mean, lately you would have to max them anyway. Otherwise, like if they're not maxed out, they will lose out to the other units that you have maxed out.
Yeah.
And if they had a really good base kit, then you definitely don't want to see them in adventure in the opposing team. But
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, I totally see them doing it, especially also with Yuri. They intentionally made the special
yeah.
move
Rev
kind
four.
of flawed and then with Revolution 4 they fixed it, which is kind of dumb. But also, if you're facing her in adventure, I think it's better if she's kind of nerfed, let's say. But
I
yeah,
mean,
Yeah,
just
with
an additional, yeah.
I don't even know about the whole high Yuri thing because I don't barely play the game anymore. But
mhm.
Yeah.
like it's like, do you guys actually go against her in adventure mode? Like, do you actually fight her?
Not me personally. I think I just
No, not me.
reached white recently.
White down.
Probably, yeah.
Yeesh. Yeah, that
And
sounds like cancer.
yeah, yeah. Kind of
Hard mode's
troublesome,
also
but
good. Hard mode's also gonna be a pain in the ass because then they're gonna make the enemy have revolution and everything.
Bro, that's
yeah,
no, that's
that's
gonna be
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I heard a rumor that they were thinking about adding, I think, magic or physical pierce to the enemy, like the enemy characters. Is that true?
yeah,
Bro, that's fucking retarded.
Um,
yeah. In hard mode, they should do it. Yes,
Yeah,
as far as I
they
know.
should do it in hard mode, but putting it in like I wouldn't say easy mode, but normal difficulty, nah, that would be atrocious
No,
because
I don't think that's gonna happen.
like magic and
I
physical
don't know.
resistance is gonna get destroyed if they do that.
I mean, you can still overcap it, even though it's not the best way, but you
Mhm.
can kind of prevent it. Depends how much pierce they give to the units. I don't know, but
Yeah,
yeah, definitely not the best.
that decision is crazy. So moving on, second question: are there any other games you're playing besides TOG? Whoever wants to start first, you can go ahead.
Yeah,
I can
I
go
can
ahead.
go ahead.
All
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
I the games I play, I would say, are right now Genshin Impact as an alternative game,
Mhm.
Mhm.
and I'm sure we can also have some talks about that game maybe
Yeah.
at a later date. But yeah,
Ooh, yeah, we gotta talk
crazy
about
crazy
that
stuff
game,
there
bro.
too.
Gotta talk
Yeah.
about that game.
In, yeah. In the past, I used to play also like Summoner Wars as sort of a gacha game, but I don't play that anymore. And other than gachas, I play like League of Legends, Diablo 4, and some other things here and there. But yeah, that's more or less it, I'd say.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, and for me, I play like I also play League. League is pretty fun. I don't play competitively or something, but just for
Yeah, me
fun
neither.
sometimes. Yeah, and also other games. I mean, if we're gonna talk about a bad gacha system, JJK Phantom Parade. I don't know
Ooh,
if you've played the game. Holy shit,
don't even bring that
that
game
game
up,
is
bro. Don't even.
it's
Yo,
actually the most dumb shit ever.
it's
Like I have to
crazy.
save for 6 months and not even be guaranteed to get a character. But I really like JJK, so I'm still playing it gewoon just casually, like for fun.
That game is crazy.
But also like I play WoA, for example, HSR. Uh, I really like Souls games, so Elden Ring, Sekiro, Dark Souls, Bloodborne, you name it, Slice of P, everything.
That's
Souls like
dope.
really like, yeah, and yeah, that's about it. I guess, yeah.
Yeah, I saw you
I used
playing
to play
Elden
Genshin,
Ring
but
yesterday.
yeah,
Yeah,
I do like a challenge with my friend, like who can beat Elden Ring the fastest. It's pretty cool.
that's dope. You say you play Genshin, right? Like you don't play no more.
Yeah, yeah. I played it until like the Chasm,
Hmm.
and after that I played Sumeru for a bit, but I haven't reached Fontaine even. So
Okay.
yeah,
For me, I'll say I play Wuthering Waves. I've been enjoying the new version update. The new version update is amazing, by the way. Genshin Impact, I'll say Genshin Impact. I used to go crazy on that game. I'll say version 1.0 up to like um version. I would say once we reach Fontaine, that's when I stopped going. I stopped playing that game daily. I would just log in, do my dailies, and just log right back off. And then Natlan, that's when it was just it for me, bro. I was like, yeah, I'm good, bro. Especially the decisions they've been making. Yeah, I can't anymore. So I would say Genshin. I've been playing that game. Um, but I don't really play that much anymore. After Genshin, I'll say I like to play. I like to play games like God of War, God of War Ragnarok. Those type of games, really, really
very good
fun.
game. Yeah,
Yeah, I like playing those type of story based games. Um, Besides God of War Ragnarok, I'm also playing HSR. HSR is also pretty fun. And yeah, I'm not really playing a lot of games to be honest. Like I'm not really playing a lot, but those are like if I were to say which type of games I like playing story-based games like God of War, and I also like playing action games like Batman Arkham Knight. You guys don't know that game? That game is goated. Batman Arkham Knight and Uncharted 4. Those type of games, I love them. But yeah, pretty much it for me. So I want to add anything else.
I mean, I also really like God of War. I
Hmm.
just played Ragnarok. I just wanted the ending to be better, but
Ending. Yeah, the
yeah, the end
ending.
the boss battle was kind of easy,
I
way too
agree.
easy for my opinion.
I agree. Odin, he wasn't. Yeah, he
But
wasn't that hard.
yeah, it was pretty easy.
Favorite
But
character
the
was
storytelling in the game was
Thor.
crazy.
Thor.
Yeah,
Thor was goaded.
lore accurate, bit fat, but
He was goaded. All right. For our next question is, what motivated you to become a content creator?
yeah, you
Okay,
can go.
yeah, I'd say, yeah, I can start this one too. I would say that mainly the reason why I started is because I started playing Tower of God New World. I was looking around, I didn't really find anyone covering the game in a way that was satisfactory to me. So I was like, okay, if nobody is covering this game, let me just try to put stuff together and start creating like my spreadsheet and then my videos. And that's more or less why I started, because I couldn't find anyone to reference to play the game. So I was like, okay, let me just dig deep into this game and then start creating content for other people if they're looking for stuff. That was more or less it.
Okay. Yeah, spreadsheets definitely useful. I will say one of my favorite videos you made was your reaction to Hayura, her trailer. Um, that shit was funny, bro, because he was like, I don't give a he was going crazy. He was like, I don't give a fuck, bro. I think you were raging in
Yeah.
that video. That shit was hella funny, bro.
Yeah, I think the one I rages the most was about the Awakened Rock release. I was like, why the hell are you releasing a unit that's just appeared in the manhwa? It
Oh, I
was
remember
crazy.
that. I remember that. It's
Yeah,
like a huge
Yeah,
spoiler. Yeah, that was kind of dumb. I
yeah,
agree.
yeah. It was crazy.
I don't know why they did.
But yeah.
That's dope, man. That's
Uh,
dope. You know, like if
yeah.
you feel like because me when I played TOG, you guys remember Vulcan, right? You guys don't know
yeah,
who?
Yeah,
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 definitely.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I'll say
yeah,
Vulcan. He motivated me to become a content creator, and it was kind of sad how he left the game because I enjoyed his content on the game. But I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and just make some content on TOG. And then once I made some content, I was enjoying the game. I will say when TOG first came out, that shit was peak. It was amazing. Definitely not. It's not at the same place it is at right now. But when the game first released, it was fun. That's the main reason why I wanted to make some content on the game. So I'll say Vulcan definitely motivated me to become a content creator.
Mhm.
So yeah. What about you, Sable?
Yeah, so I had a dream of becoming a YouTuber for a very long time, but I was a bit shy.
Hmm?
Uh, and I thought like, why would anyone watch me? But then I thought like, I see you guys and everything like small YouTubers like making their way up to the top, and I was like, if they can do it, why not me? And I also really like TOG, and I mean I got a Discord now, and like talking to people is actually pretty fun, like building a community.
Oh yeah, send me
And all
your Discord link by the way. Conowen
yeah,
too.
I'll do
Send me
that.
your link and I'll join them.
Mhm,
Nice.
mhm. Okay, sure.
Yeah, but yeah, like knowing your spreadsheets is actually amazing. Like I've used that shit from the very beginning.
Facts.
Um, and like in the beginning, it was also like more. I mean, the SSRs like felt like they had a purpose now. Somewhere like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yep.
you could really see the difference between, like for example, you guys probably know like the HUTs, not the tank, but the
Yeah,
warrior
yeah.
HUT.
Bro, he
Warrior
was
one.
He was
goaded. He
actually
was
crazy in the
goaded.
beginning.
Yeah,
Goaded,
yeah.
man. So
Him
goaded.
and Waryun together were the most
Yeah.
crazy units in the beginning,
Yep.
and they
Yeah.
felt like you really like felt like you accomplished something.
Yep.
And now it's like, nice, I got another SSR plus to Rainbow 5.
I know, man.
uh,
It's sad.
Yeah.
it's a lot different.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Good
that's
points,
why.
man. Good points. Good points. I will say the first phase of the game when when she first dropped, she was like a DPS character. Like she was insane. Like her ultimate would
Yeah,
one
yeah,
tap enemies. It was crazy. And Yiwa was also crazy. Like she was like the most cracked character in the
yeah.
game.
Evil was
Like
crazy.
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
And now to look at how she's performing now, it's like damn, bro. That's sad. That's really really sad. That's how I was hoping the
Yeah, also
revolution system would do something, but and do they don't
Yeah,
do much for the
100%.
SSR characters much.
yeah.
So moving on to next part. So we did number three. Okay, so number four. What is the number one thing you like about TOG? Like one thing in your mind that makes you okay, one thing in the game that makes you love the game. Like one thing you can think of.
I mean, for me, the main thing that's keeping me playing this game is that it is a Tower of God game. That's mainly it, I would say. If it wasn't a Tower of God game, I think it wouldn't hook me as much
Hmm.
and it wouldn't really push me to even try to, I don't know, play adventure or anything. I mean, because the game itself is, to me, feels like you don't really need a lot of skill. You just put units together, then it's just them automatically attacking and doing stuff. You have to think how to counter the enemy team, but that's just all it is. Just team composition, and then you don't really have to actively do anything, which is something I like about Genshin, like the actual playing the units. But yeah, about Tower of God, I would say mainly is just actually the Tower of God manhwa that's keeping me here.
Okay, okay. You can go Sable.
Yeah, and for me, it's like also like the adventure, and of course, like I also read the manhwa. It's actually pretty good. If I don't know if you watched the anime, guys, but the anime, the first half was kind of ass of season two,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
but the second half they it was pretty good. Um, yeah, but like mostly I like playing games that are extremely hard, like Souls games, and this is just like a chill game. I can just relax,
Mhm.
log in
Yeah.
for a few minutes, and let just chill a bit. That's the main reason I'm playing the game.
Okay. For me, the main reason why I'll say the one thing I liked about TOG was the character designs. That's one of the main things I liked about the game. Um, I never read the manual. I never read it. You know, I don't know what the hell is going on. I did watch the show, the first season. I'm not gonna lie, that shit was kind of bad. You know? Second season, it was good, but like the animation threw me off, and the animation really
Yeah,
threw me off.
they
Yeah,
Mhm.
totally different animations.
obliterated the animation. So I'll say they didn't do the story justice in terms of like animation, but the story isn't bad. But yeah, it's character design. Like I just like the characters, like the way they look. Hwarun really looks good. Who's another character? I'll say White as well. Looks really cool as well. Yama. I've seen him before. Looks pretty cool. It's like all the characters look nice in the game. So that's like one of the main things I like about TOG.
Mhm. Yeah, true.
All right. So for question five, what is the number one thing you hate about TOG?
For this one, I would say that what I really hate is their lack of transparency when it comes to game systems. Because we are not allowed to test anything with the arena simulation. That system is just trash.
As
And we don't have information about all the different crowd controls that there are in the game. They have different keywords like lock, silence. Then we have like frost with Kunagero, but they don't explain exactly what they do. I feel like the devs are not providing enough information on the in-game systems. And yeah, that's mainly my main disappointment, I would say, with the game is that you're not allowed to test anything. They hide a lot of stuff.
Mhm,
So it's a bit, I don't know, weird.
I agree.
Yeah, for me
Yeah.
also uh like like something like bleed or something or yeah, I don't really know how it works. Um maybe they could add like something in the game where it like states it, but I don't know how they're gonna fix that. They could fix that. Um but what's really pissing me off about the game is definitely the events. I mean,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
really
yeah.
hate that they're just making the events over and over again. It's all the same shit. Like the Christmas event, I mean, there was a different one different.
Mhm.
But the Halloween event was the same. Now the Christmas event is the same as last year, and like any event, they're just rerunning it, not changing anything, and even the rewards for playing kind of suck. The skins are the
Yeah.
same. Revolution
Hmm.
is okay, but not that amazing.
Mhm.
And the 70k points thing, I mean,
Oh
I've
my
talked about it many times.
you
It's actually the
Yeah.
most disgusting thing I've seen. They said it's free
Yeah.
to play. It's absolutely not.
Yeah,
I don't know
that
how many you have to spend so much spendium to even get that.
Yeah, at least like 35K or something. I mean,
stupid.
30k
yeah,
is obtainable if you spend a bits of spendium. Like that's fine, but
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
It's
30k
insane.
is
No,
ridiculous.
it's crazy. But I think like for people that spend in the game, like not low spenders, but like actual spenders, is
Yeah,
not a problem because they're spending a lot already of Suspendium just to get the coins, and getting the free copy is just a byproduct of that. It's not really the goal. So that reward is just there, a sort of a refund. Okay, you're getting your coins, and then you also get a free copy of an SSR Plus of your choice. That's more or less it.
yeah.
But I don't recommend any free to play to even try to get that.
No,
You're better off
definitely not.
just spending those resources on actual pools, and you will get more than just a copy.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, oh, you can go.
oh, yeah, like I made a video. Actually, they have a quite a good shop, I might say. Like, right now, you have like the Thousand Suspendium shop. I think
Yeah,
they
it's good.
doubled the rewards or something. Like,
Yeah,
you can get
for the
like
keys they did. Yeah,
yeah, like also with the green stuff, the green revolution materials. I believe you can get like 1,000 for 1,000
yeah,
Suspendium, which is
yeah,
actually
yeah,
really
yeah,
good.
for sure.
And also with the orange red materials, they like you can
Uh-huh.
get I believe 10 SR plus fragments for 1,000 Suspendium, which is also pretty decent.
Mm.
Like if they can make that regular currency instead of just making special currency, that would make the game a whole lot better in my opinion. But
Mhm.
and Suspendium would have a goal instead of just like spending it on a banner or yeah,
Yeah, yeah, agree.
something like that.
Good points. Good points. For me, I'll say the one thing I don't like about the game is how for trial area, like they put like trial area is more of like it's like the main source of black market tickets because they give a ton of black market tickets in trial area, but they shouldn't make the difficulty insane for trial area because that's like the number one source for black market tickets. So like I wouldn't say they should make it extremely easy, but they should definitely lower the difficulty so that you know, in order for you to get these black market tickets, you don't have to worry about, being heart stuck in a specific level and you won't be able to get past that stage for like 2 or let's say a full week and you can't even get black market tickets. So they shouldn't like, you know, lock the black market tickets behind, hard difficulty in trial area because people definitely want to, get these black market tickets to get SSR plus characters because SSR plus characters they're the new meta now, so
Yeah,
they shouldn't lock trial area behind such a hard difficulty and let people actually grind through it so that they'll be able to get black market tickets and summon for these SSR plus characters. Plus, the pacing for SSR plus characters releasing the game, it's like every 2 weeks.
yeah,
Every
Yeah,
two
it
weeks
got
it's
insane. Yeah,
yeah, it got crazy. Like before, it would be like I would say probably once every 4 weeks, because they would release
yes,
like an SSR character, and then after that, they release an SSR plus character with an SSR. But now it's like SSR plus character after SSR plus character. It's insane. Like we just had
yeah,
collaboration, Egen, Alice, White, Calivan, Albelda. It's insane. So they should definitely like not lock trial area behind a hard difficulty. So good on that one. Good.
yeah. Like the
yeah,
collab really disappointed me in my opinion.
Oh,
Like
dude.
I wasn't I wasn't like and I didn't feel like motivated to play the story or anything. Like I mean, it's also the choice of the manhwa in my opinion or the IP. Uh,
yeah,
but yeah, I don't know. The characters also weren't that good. Like they're okay, but it's not like they're crazy good or something. Yeah, that's just what I wanted to add. Quick, quick note.
Yeah, I agree.
yeah.
All right, so next question is things. Wait, okay, things TOG devs can improve on. Like, what can the TOG devs improve on in the game?
Mm, from my point of view, for the game itself, mm, I think they should try to maybe vary the team comps a bit more because, as I think we all can see, they keep on putting the same annoying units in the team comps multiple times over the 5 teams. Like I would say nowadays Urek is not that big of a pain anymore since we got
Yeah.
White. It got a bit easier.
Mm-hmm.
But like Anniversary Iwa is multiple times present over the different teams. Now they're putting like Albelda, Garam, a lot of units multiple times. I feel like they should have. I don't want to say the same restrictions as us, so you cannot use the same units in two teams, but
Mhm.
be a bit more varied in the team comps that they are uh, placing out there. It's like they know that some units are annoying and they are abusing it. I don't think this is really that great to do. And especially for the latest unit, I hope that they would actually, because I don't think they're doing it, like test the units at a relevant place. Like to me, the new Yuri has a lot of issues in her kit, especially the
Mm-hmm.
execute on the special move. I don't see it ever happening. I don't see an enemy in 2 seconds being below 50%. If you are over like 200 and something deficit, I don't think
Yeah.
that's gonna happen. That's more probably for PvP. I think they had PvP in mind when they developed Yuri, but I think
Mhm.
that in general they don't really test the units properly.
Yeah, say that. I say
Also,
that
when
all
they
the
made the
time.
comment, yeah. Also, when they made the comment about Calavan, that you have to use Anniversary Iwa, I was like, it doesn't even have a great synergy. If you're proccing the
Yo,
invincibility from Anniversary Iwa, it means that it's not going well. That guy shouldn't take damage. That's the point.
Yeah.
So I
that
don't
was
know. I
fucking
feel like
retarded.
yeah, I feel like they should probably invest more time or do some more mindful testing. And then the same point as I said before, just provide more information about the in-game mechanics with like tooltips or something about the CCs that we have in the game to explain exactly what they do, etc. Stuff like that. Provide more information. Yeah, that's more or less it.
Yeah, and I think like I think they could make the normal adventure maybe a bit easier so people can climb more easily and make like hard mode not only for whales but like it can be hard but like people are like complaining a lot about the game about how climbing is hard and everything mostly because of probably their team comp or their level or their ignition weapon set but making it more easy to climb also incentivizes people to keep playing. But
Hmm.
eventually, you're gonna get to a point where you're not gonna be able to climb. So people are always gonna complain about climbing, in my opinion. So
Hmm. Yeah.
that's a bit like it's hard to say. Like if they improve on that, maybe people will keep playing the game. But also, they're still gonna complain. Um,
Yeah.
but like, yeah, I don't want to like keep saying it, but the events definitely uh, like improve on that. Other things, let's see. Yeah, like it's not a major thing, but like the mock battle, for example, it it's just boring. I mean,
Yeah.
why cap it at? I don't know if you guys know, but why do they cap it at 5.2 million? Because yeah,
I don't.
I
I
can't
think
even
I don't
they.
go
know.
higher.
I. I think they mentioned it once a few dev notes ago. I don't remember exactly what they said. It was
Hmm.
like they want that content to be accessible to early players so that they can cap out the rewards and get the S rank gear early. But I don't exactly remember what they said. I think they mentioned it, but it was just a lame excuse or something. I don't know.
Yeah, or they
But
could
yeah.
add more, like maybe add rev rewards or something if you go above 5.2 million, maybe something
Yeah.
like that.
Some. Yeah.
And also like what you said with the kids, like I've watched your video about the Hayuri, and yeah, the rev 4 thing with her, I believe her ult, right? Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's kind
The
of
special move. Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of dumb in my opinion. Also, like the 50% HP thing. If you're at a high stage, you're not gonna be able to kill someone in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So they should definitely add like a good kit as a base kit, and then make Revolution like stand them out, make them stand out even more. But like the difference between power in two zero copies and three red is okay, but from three red to five rainbow, that's just is the power spike in that is crazy for some characters.
Yeah. Yeah. Insane. Insane.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. So that's about it.
Okay, great points. For me, I would have to say communication. lack of communication and them making like poor excuses for not properly testing characters like Caliban, for example. Yeah, Conowen brought up a great point when I think in one of their dev notes they were like, "Oh, the reason why Caliban is not good for you guys is because of skill issue." I was like, what are you guys talking about, bro? Like, you don't know how to properly test your characters. Like, why would you guys like my main issue with Caliban is that, he's a tank unit and he doesn't really bring much to the table. It's just damage and stun. So it's
Yeah.
like why would I even use that when I have Endorsey, right? Who's able, I'm talking about Summer Endorsey, her
Hmm.
when she's
Yeah.
able to shred magic resistance, that's actually useful. So, actually make him useful in a way where yes, he can take a lot of damage, but he can also inflict debuffs on the enemy. That will make him a lot better. But of course, it's Netmarble, no accountability, skill issue. And I'll say, damn, what was I about to say? Another thing too is, oh yeah, in one of the dev notes, they were like, the reason why we don't want to, like they said, it's hard for them to, I don't know, fix the difficulty in adventure mode because the top players are complaining about, higher, I think floors above 100, like 100 and above is too easy for them. And it's like, well, players who are on floor 7, like we don't have access to that. So why are you guys talking about a separate issue when when players who are in the mid game, I'll say late game or mid game, whatever, but players who are in the mid game, they're currently suffering with like the difficulty and how hard it is. So bringing up top players, and I'll say for the top players, it's probably like 100, 150. You're comparing 150 players to like 5,000 players or probably 6,000 players. Like the majority of the community, they're complaining about the difficulty in like floor 70, floor 80, and stuff like that. So I don't like it how they keep focusing on top players when it's mostly players who are below floor 100 who are complaining the most. Yeah, like you guys get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I also think
Yeah.
like they're focusing on, I think mostly the Korean player base instead of the like
Mhm.
other player base, and those guys probably are at a high stage
They're all at a high stage, man. They're
compared to
all at a
us.
high stage. I would say
Yeah.
Yeah,
the chances of like a KR player, like I would say the chances of like a KR player being below floor 100, it's really, really low. But
Mm.
they shouldn't just focus like hard focus on players who are at a really high level because it just doesn't benefit the community overall. So they should like focus on everybody. Like give the players who are at high levels, give them their content, right? Give them their hard mode. But while you guys give them their hard mode, give us players who are not at that level yet, give us some content that we'll be able to beat. And you bring up a good point about the enemy team, how they keep spamming these broken characters, these annoying characters. It's ridiculous. Like the double Garam. What the fuck is that? Like infinite stun. I can't do anything. Like my team is just standing there and I'm dead. It's
Yeah.
insane. And she's a support character. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Like them spamming the most annoying characters over and over again, it's not fun. They should be more diverse, try multiple units, make it way more enjoyable versus just spamming the same broken enemy team over and over. So I'll say those are like the three things I don't like about the game is the lack of communication, devs refusing to hold themselves accountable. Sometimes they do, and I'll give credit where credit is due. They sometimes hold themselves accountable, like the previous dev note we had, the recent dev note, that was actually pretty good. That was a good step. So I'll give them where credit is due. But most of the time, they would when the community calls them out and say, "Hey, you guys need to properly test this character." They're like, well, it's a skill issue. It's not our fault. You guys should, use Awaken, not Awaken, but SSR plus Hewa with Calivan. That didn't do shit. So yeah, definitely need to
Yeah.
hold themselves accountable, stop making excuses, and just make the game better. So we get on that. Are we straight?
Yeah, yeah.
so
I would say that on the topic of people like complaining the game is too easy, like the whales that are at the latest floors, I would say that in my alliance, half of the people are at the latest stage and they've almost the same links as the enemies. So it's bound to be easy, and there's no way they can make it hard for them. And I
Yeah.
don't even think they're like, at least the people in my alliance, I don't feel like they're complaining about adventure. For them, it's like every time there are 5 new floors, they are just outdoing it and they're going to finish it. those
Mhm.
people are more focused on the PvP aspect of the game, that is the real
Yeah.
money sink of this game. So for adventure, I think they're going to kind of give them the content they want with hard mode. We'll see what they will exactly do there. But yeah, for sure, hard mode, introducing ignition weapons on the enemies and and revolution and stuff is going to definitely make it harder. But if they keep on repeating the same stupid comps and don't give you things to think about when you deploy your team, then nothing is going to really change. I don't know what they can really do about them. And for making it easier for players in the mid game, let's say, that are below floor 100, that's also, I mean, they can do it, but then you're going to be stuck at an higher floor, but nothing is really going to change. Like you will be at an
Yeah.
higher floor, but
Mhm.
you're still going to be stuck at a certain point. Is never going to be like a constant push. You're going to be stuck there until you increase your links or you get some key units. And there is not much I can see them making, or they will make the game way too trivial at a certain point if they exaggerate. So I don't really know. Even if even if I was in the dev nodes, sorry, in the dev team,
Mhm.
I don't know what they could do to actually fix this kind of issue. For sure, there are more things they can do, 100%, but it's a
Mhm.
bit tricky to also not break the current balance. And people
Yeah.
will always complain, from my point of view, one way or another.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't
So
satisfy everybody, you know. So,
yeah,
Not true.
and like one part I want to include is the data tower dungeon. One thing I don't
yeah,
like is the fact that, you know, in order for you to get the resources in the shop, you have to max out the SSR unit in data tower. It's like, all right,
Yeah.
if the character is trash, you know, do I still have to max out that character just to get the resources? You see what I'm saying? It's like they shouldn't lock resources behind how many copies you have on a character. Just let us have access to the resources. You know, some people don't want to invest in that unit. Let them have resources to the Shinsu because, you know, Shinsu is one of the biggest issues in the game. And that shop had a ton of Shinsu. So for them to lock that behind Kunaguro, it's like, come on, bro. Like there was no reason for them to do it. So yeah, I feel like they can definitely improve in a lot of things, but you know, it'll take time. The real question is, you know, how long will it take them to, you know, start implementing these improvements in the game?
yeah.
So yeah, we'll move on to question number 7. Thoughts on the Yuri bug?
Yeah, for this one, a lot of people also in my Discord shared it, and there were some people were, let's say, lucky enough to have it. The thing is really, I I don't know how to feel. I don't know why they cannot fix it. Like they didn't fix the child endorsee bug that's been present. I don't know, since a lot of months now, probably since our release. That some people, I don't know if you know, but probably yes, there is the child endorsee bug that some people, whenever she dies, she will immediately
Hmm.
kill the enemy regardless of HP thresholds. So it seems like for some people HP thresholds don't matter. So Yuri will one shot regardless of the 50% or not, and the same is happening with child endorsee. I mean, it's like a free pass for one of the teams in adventure for the people that have the bug. Being a sort of PvE content, I don't see it being a huge concern. The thing is, it's working in PvP as well, which is a lot more problematic, especially
Yeah.
if you're facing someone that. I mean, the thing is, if you have the bug, it applies also to the enemy one when you're facing them, which is weird. So if you have the bug and you're facing an enemy Yuri, your whole team is going to be wiped out as well. So it's kinda fair, but not really. And
So
if you
it's like a
don't have the
one-way
bug,
option.
yeah, and when you have the bug, and when you don't have the bug, then the enemy Yuri is not going to one-shot your team, even if the other player would have had it in their own device, let's say. So it's kind of weird how it's working. I don't really know how to feel about that, to be honest. Let's say that PvP is just a Whale only thing, and whales will have Yuri. So if someone with a bug is facing you and you have Yuri deployed, no big deal. You're going to one shot their team. And if you don't have the bug, the one you're facing will not one shot you. So I guess it's kinda okay. It's really weird. I don't personally have it. Unfortunately, I would have liked to just cheat one of the 5 teams in adventure, but
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah. But yeah,
But I
I
heard
don't know.
they patched it. I heard that they patched the bug. That's what I
I
heard.
don't know. I saw someone posting it yesterday. I don't know when it was patched, if it was supposed to be patched, but yesterday was still working. Some people tried it,
Hmm.
and they could still one shot it, even at 1,000 link difference. Someone tried in PvP that had the bug against a level 100 Yuri, and his whole team was one shotted by a level 100 Yuri while he had like 1100 links. So it was crazy. But
And hey,
I don't know.
I ain't complaining, bro. If there's a character that's gonna one shot everything, hey, I'm gonna progress, bro. Like I'm gonna take this opportunity to
Yeah.
progress. So I ain't complaining with that. W bug. But what about you, Sable?
Yeah, I honestly feel like it's not that bad, to be honest. I mean, for adventure,
It
you
benefits
still
us.
have to be, yeah, like the other characters. You have to like three teams. You need to have three teams that win the stage, except
Mhm.
for the high Yuri bug, for example. So it's not that bad in my opinion. I honestly thought it was pretty funny. Like I watched your video with the like it was one shot at the whole team within a second. It's crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
It
But
was funny.
yeah, I personally also don't have the bug, but yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty yeah, it's fine in my opinion. Not
So
that crazy.
it's like a orange. Wait, is it like a orangey bug where like the chances of you having the bug is not like you can't have because like the way you guys are describing the bug is like there's a chance of you not having the bug, and there's a chance of you
Yeah.
having the bug. Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah. But also once like if you have the bug, you kind of always have. Like it's not like when you log in you have a chance to get the bug. It's
Hmm.
like if you are bugged, you like if your account has the bug or your IP, I don't exactly know what it is based on.
Mhm.
Uh, you will have the bug kind of forever as of right now. I don't know if it's actually being fixed already. I'm not aware of the latest changes. And again, they don't really communicate this kind of stuff, so it's hard to tell. Even if they are aware or working on it, we know nothing.
That's yeah.
So the
That
So
bug is like oh yeah.
oh, you can go. You can go.
yeah,
Oh yeah, so the bug is like I don't know for sure, but the bug is like based on the ult, right? Like there's something with the characters and the HP like registering below 50%, they're just she just executes the entire team, right?
Yeah,
yes,
I
exactly.
think that's it because it says like instant death when like she does it. I saw it somewhere like it says instant death
Yeah.
when the one shot happens. So
Yeah,
I mean, if they end up fixing it, I think they should give us some rewards. Like, but that's not
definitely.
gonna happen. They're gonna shadow fix it and act, and nobody's gonna know if it
Exactly.
got fixed or not. They did the same thing for White, where like they shadow fixed him, and
Yeah.
nobody knew, right? Nobody knew about
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
So that's one thing too. The communication, bro. Like include it in your forum. Let people know what's going on, so that we
yeah.
don't have to, because that's how misinformation goes around. Happened to me, bro. Happened to me. My Discord
The
members did
shadow
me.
nerf.
Yeah, yeah.
My Discord members did me dirty as fuck. So it's just the lack of communication, bro, because it's just gonna leave us guessing as of to what's going on, and that's how misinfo spreads. So just let us what's going on so that we don't have to guess what's going on. But hey, I mean, if they're not gonna fix this bug, then shit, abuse it, bro. I'm sorry, man. Just abuse it. Climb,
Yeah,
progress.
if you have it, just use it.
Yeah, just use it, bro. All right. So for question number 8, now this one, we're gonna get a little spicy here. Which company do you think is worse, Netmarble or Hoyoverse?
From my point of view, at least for, like from Netmarble, I only played like this game, Tower of God. I briefly tried the beta version of Solo Leveling Arise when it before it came out,
Mhm.
but I didn't really play it. And for Oyoverse, I only really played Genshin, so I can only say for those two titles. I will say of the two companies, I feel like Oyoverse is the worst one, even though I prefer like their kind of communication. And I mean, they are more money grabbing to me. Like Oyoverse is a lot less free to play friendly, but at the same time, Genshin is not really a competitive game. You don't have to spend money. So even then, I wouldn't say it's really a non free to play game because you can just play the game, enjoy the story. You don't have to pull for the units. It's annoying that you have to, if you really want to max out the units, you have to spend way too much, but that also trivializes the game. So I don't know if it's in your best interest to actually go for like C6 of a unit.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Netmarble, at least for Tower of God New World, is doing a good job overall in keeping it fair for, well, actually probably didn't use the right word, because in terms of fairness, I think they kind of pulled a bad stunt on the old players. If you are a day one player, you got screwed over so hard, like as a free to play, when they released the welcome banners, or now
Yeah.
the non-stop SSR Plus banner only dedicated to new players. And you could find a 1 week account that was better than a 6 month old one, because they had a maxed out Evankel, maxed out Iwa, maxed out Joaquin. And you're like, what the hell, man? I played for 6 months, I have nothing. This guy just started. So I wouldn't say they're fair, but this game is more like free to play friendly to me in terms of actual spending. You don't really have to spend too much as compared to an Hoyoverse one. But I mean, gacha companies are always going to do some dirty tricks here and there, no matter who they are or which kind of game it is. So I don't know which one is worse. From my point of view, I'd say Hoyoverse, but I don't know. I'm really conflicted here. They both have their pros and cons.
Yeah.
You can go,
Yeah. For
Sable.
me, it's like, yeah, like I've played SLA, I've played HSR, ZZZ, Genshin, like almost every game from Hoyo. And I feel like, um, I mean, their budget. You already also got to realize their budget is like 30 times Netmarble. So
Yeah, definitely.
I'm definitely expecting more from them. And I've played Genshin, and I was like, if you find a chest, for example, you get like 2 gems, which is pretty crazy in my opinion. Like it doesn't feel
Yeah,
rewarding at all.
yeah,
Um, and getting farming like gems feels so redundant compared to like farming tickets in Tower of God or farming tickets in SLA. Like SLA, I played the game in the beginning, and there's been so many improvements up until now.
Yeah,
Like
hmm
it
you
fixed
can
it.
get so many free rewards. I got an A10 Thomas, I got an A5 Go Gun He, and I've played the game like for a month,
Yeah.
which is pretty crazy.
pretty
Mm-hmm.
good.
Um, and I also feel like, uh, I mean, with Genshin, I feel like they're not listening very well to the community. But with HSR, I think they're. I mean, like with Genshin, they're like they had like rerun characters. They were like 450, 500 days old. Like they
True,
haven't
true.
done a rerun in 500 days.
Yeah.
And with HSR, I think they're like with the 6 rerun characters, they're trying to uh, improve on that, which I think is nice. And if they keep doing it consistently, then it works. Um, but we have to wait and see on that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, but overall, I think like um, yeah, Hoyo listens okay, but they listen pretty well with HSR, but not with Genshin. And I feel like with TOG, they're listening okay, not the best, but can be better. But with SLA, I think they're listening extremely well to the community and fixing
Mhm.
every single thing that's like worse or bad about the game. So overall, I'd have to say that Hoyo is the worst company. Is the worst company,
Mhm.
in my opinion. Yeah.
Great points. For me, I'm gonna have to say Netmarble is definitely better than Hoyoverse because
Mhm.
the way Hoyoverse like the way they treat their community is just it's ridiculous. You know, it's ridiculous, and they're actually taking advantage of people who simply have no self control. Like they have no self control when it
Mhm.
comes to money. Um, like what they did for version 5.3. Like Conan, when you know what happened to 5.3,
Yes,
like
yes, super annoying.
what the fuck is that, bro? Like let's
Yeah,
put the Pyro
Yeah.
Archon Sitlily in one phase and we're gonna push the rewards that everybody was looking forward to in phase 2. It's crazy. And
yeah,
what makes it worse is that the community they defend it. Like they're like, oh, it's because of Lantern right. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. And
yeah.
that's why like, you know, Hoyoverse they see from time to time that like not a lot of people are satisfied with the decisions you guys make. Everybody's pretty like I wouldn't say everybody's done with the game, but I feel like the game is reaching to a point. I'll say Genshin Impact is reaching to a point where enough is enough. I'm pretty sure there was like a 60% revenue drop for I think Genshin Impact or just Hoyoverse in general, but I think it was just for Genshin Impact. It's like it's pretty obvious that players are not satisfied with the game right now. Instead of devs listening to them, they're like, nah, we're still gonna make these mistakes over and over again because there's still some people in the community going to enable it. So I don't like it how they're taking advantage of people who simply have no self control and they just I don't know glaze the game without admitting that there are some flaws and the skip button. Like, come on, just put the damn skip button, man. Like the story, it's not that crazy. Like you can say that you love the story. There's nothing wrong with that. But some people want to play the game. They actually want to play the video game versus spamming next for like 2 or 3 hours. It's just annoying, you know. Like I didn't play the game just to press one button. I played the game to actually play the video game. So they need to add a skip button. And yes, when it comes to rerun banners, it's trash. Shinha,
Yes.
I don't remember the
Um,
last time they rerun her banner. It's been a minute, right? So when it comes to
yeah.
rerun characters, I don't like the way they rerun their characters in the game. It's just horrible. And them region locking characters in like let's say Natlin, let's say Fontaine, for example, right? Where like characters who are from Fontaine, they have animations underwater, but if your character isn't from Fontaine, you don't have an animation. It's kind of weird. It's not that big of a deal, but it is weird. But for Natlin, Natlin is ridiculous. Like they actually made the exploration annoying on purpose so that you summon 4 Natlin characters to,
Mhm.
Explore the region efficiently. It's stupid. Like them region locking characters is just crazy to me. Like I wouldn't be surprised we go to Snezhnaya and if you're not using a Snezhnaya character, you're not gonna have a 100% crit damage bonus. Or if you use a SNES9 character outside of SNES9, you're gonna die because it's hot outside. It's just fucking retarded. So like I don't understand why they make these dumb decisions. But when it comes to Netmarble, TOG, I will say that yes, the devs they fuck up sometimes, but at least they actually listen to the community. Like they listen
Yeah.
and then they respond. Meanwhile, for Hoyoverse, they're like, all right, we hear what you guys are saying, anyways, and you just move on. It's like, I don't nah, that's just trash. So I prefer Netmarble. I prefer them versus a Hoyoverse because Hoyoverse, they have a bad track record when it comes to them managing their games. They definitely have a bad track record. The only game that they're handling pretty well so far is ZZZ. I don't play that game, but I haven't heard anything about that game so far. So I think
Yeah,
ZZZ
the
they're
combat's pretty fun.
yeah, like ZZZ is pretty chill. That's the only game they've handled well so far. When it comes to Genshin and HSR, crazy. 6 rerun characters. I mean, that's not bad. It just depends on how they execute. So yeah, I
Yeah, if
prefer
they put in like yeah,
you can
if they
go.
put in like Ruan Mei, Robin, and another character in the same
Like what the fuck, bro?
like
It's
yeah, that would be crazy. But like if they put in Blade, for example, and another bad character, like for example Blade, Jade, and then Ruan Mei, that's fine.
yeah.
But you have to manage that, not being able to like put every single extremely good character in the same rerun.
Yeah, like make it balanced so that people will say,
Yeah,
okay, we're gonna skip this character so we can save up for a better character in a future patch. Do something like that. And the rewards, like re-intertwined fates. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Thank you for playing our game for the past 3 years. Here's 3 single summons. Like, come on, bro. That's crazy to me. So yeah, I definitely feel like Netmarble, they handled they have a bad track record, but at least they listen to their community because Nino Kuni, I don't think you guys remember that disaster. Like, you had to pay to play the game. Like, all you have to, like, you literally had to spend money just to get into the game. It's insane. So, yeah, you guys never heard about that. Yeah, Nino Kuni
no,
was horrific. It was actually bad because there was like a lot of bots who were taking up spots in the server. So players who actually wanted to play the game, they put like a season pass and say, "Oh, if you want to get into the server, get this season pass so you can have access." It's like, "What?" So,
that's
yeah,
crazy.
Nino Kuni is
Crazy. Yeah.
insane, bro. It's crazy. But yeah, I definitely prefer Netmarble though. So y'all good on that one? Great.
Yeah, also I also like like every bad thing about Genshin, they just improved, and that's Bua basically.
I know.
The running up,
True.
the running up walls and everything. Yeah, I mean the story. I mean I like Genshin's story. It's a bit. I mean, I played it a long time ago, so I liked the story back then. I don't know if I like it now, but definitely I like the story. That's the only reason I played it actually. Not really
Same.
Yeah,
beyond
That's
that.
yeah, same.
same reason. I'll say the story definitely got worse. In Natlan, it got worse. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what their plan is, but it is getting worse. So I was like, yeah,
Mhm.
I'm good. What was it? What else was it? I forgot. Was it? What? Oh yeah, events like FOMO events. How like in Genshin they would make events where they would drop a weapon, a 4-star weapon, and if you didn't play that event, then there's no way for you to have access to that weapon in the
Mhm.
future.
Yeah.
The stuff like that is it's kind of crazy how they make these FOMO events. It's I don't know, man. I don't know why they do that. HSR they solved that
Yeah,
problem because they have like this archive system where you can play previous events and you can still have access to the rewards. Meanwhile, for like
yeah,
Genshin, it's
like
like you can go.
the main ones they do in HSR. So not every single event they're gonna store in the archive,
Hmm.
but like the main ones that are like, sometimes like the surroundings change or something. That's when they put it in the archive. But there are some events that are like based on if you play the game at that certain time or not. Not all of them, but it's definitely better than in
Oh yeah,
Genshin.
for sure. Like at least they give you the opportunity to at least participate in previous events. But it's like for Genshin, if you didn't participate in that event, it's over. Like you get nothing, no rewards, absolutely nothing. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't like the FOMO part about that game. But yeah, so final thoughts. You guys think so far? Any final thoughts?
Mm, not really.
Mm,
I mean,
yeah.
there's definitely a lot of improvements needed, but I hope it happens fast, but probably not. Maybe over time.
But I said like,
Also from my side. Yeah, sorry.
oh, you can go.
Okay. Yeah, I would say also from my side, I don't really have any big final thoughts. I think that the like month of December didn't really bring much stuff other than lots of units. And this month, with the introduction of some new system, maybe we can hope to see some changes here and there. But I'm not too hopeful either. I think the situation of the game will not evolve that fast.
Yeah.
I'm also kind of, I don't know, I don't want to say worried about the new family head coming very soon because we don't have any guarantees, but it's likely that the last unit this month will be one, which is concerning for free to play players, obviously, because they've been bombarded with SSR Plus after
Yeah.
SSR Plus after SSR Plus, and now having a family head, which the thing you mentioned, guys, before of the power spike from 3 red to Rainbow 5 is even more so for a family head because they get like
Four
four
options.
ability
Yeah.
upgrades instead of just two. So it's insane. And yeah, I don't know. Like it seems like they are trying to get as much money as they can from people.
Hmm.
But what I want to kind of try to say is that this game, if you're not like if you don't mean to compete in PvP, if that's not your goal, I think you should try not to be a spender in this game or just stick to the few super cheap monthly packs or the passes and don't do anything more than that. Don't try hard too much to get certain units. Just chill. It's a PvE game if you're not spending, so it's fine. You should just take your time and don't worry too much about all of these releases. Don't let it get to your head. Just chill out and enjoy this slow climb, and we'll see then how the game develops. That's more or less just my recommendation in general.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's a good recommendation because, it was crazy to me because I remember like there would be some people like I would let's say be on floor 78 or floor 76 for like I'll say 2 weeks or 3 weeks. It's because I'm busy doing other things. I'm taking my time. and some people be triggered and be like, yo, you need to make it to floor 100 by tomorrow, by next week. I'm like, I didn't like what, bro? Like, I'm gonna progress when I feel like it. I'm gonna progress
Yeah.
when I want to. And that's really how I've got New World. Like, that's the whole game. It's you progressing when you feel like it, because nobody is rushing you. You can progress anytime you want. So the way I see it is, you should treat the game like a side game. It should not be a main game. You know,
Yeah, definitely.
like, it's
Yeah.
the type of game where you get on the game, do your dailies, put it on auto mode, and then do something else. That's the way I see it. But it kind of triggers me when I come back to my phone. I see 120 attempts. I'm like, damn, bro, like that kind of pisses me off. But it's definitely
Yeah.
a side game, and I do agree that some people, they shouldn't treat it as a main game and take it way too seriously, to the point where um they should be able to have like 5 hours of playtime, and they should always have something to do 24/7. At the end of the day, it's a gotcha game, and it's a side game. So I definitely agree about that. But yeah, I think that a good stopping point. Like, good.
Pretty good. Pretty
Yeah,
good.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
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 So yeah, so overall W episode. I feel like this was a really nice episode. We all got our points in. Um we definitely agree with each other. We all had some base takes, which is really dope. Shows that we are on the same level, same playing field. And yeah, overall, it's really nice to connect with other content creators in the space. I do feel like for TOG, there's not a lot of content creators covering this game, and that's one of the main reasons why I wanted to do this. To connect with you guys, so that this can actually motivate other people to create content on the game, because I do feel like the game is
Mhm.
underrated. And a lot of things that people complain about in gotcha games, TOG, they actually handled it pretty well. They
Yeah.
actually handled it pretty well.
Mhm.
A lot of content, a lot of things to do. So, I feel like this game is definitely underrated. So a lot of people should definitely check out this game for sure. But overall, it's nice hanging out with you guys. I'll let you guys know when we're gonna do another episode. But this was definitely a good episode. I appreciate Sable, Conowen. Thank you guys for coming in. Really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll notify you guys when we're gonna do another episode. So yeah, that's it. You guys can go ahead and
Thank you.
say anything you gotta say, and we'll end at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you,
like,
Faros, for. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead, Sibu.
you,
Yeah.
you can go. You can go. You can go.
Yeah. I was just going to say thank you, Faros, for having us. And this idea was really good of having this kind of podcast to share some thoughts on the game
Mhm.
and the kind of issues we see, how we kind of feel about the game, how we approach the game. So I think it's something useful also to share with the communities. So yeah, thank you for this initiative.
No problem, man. No problem.
Yeah. Also, definitely thank you for having me. Like, I know I'm not that big of a YouTuber, but it's nice like connecting with TOG like and gacha enjoyers in general.
Hmm.
And yeah, crazy man.
That's
I
dope.
mean, pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care how many subs you got. You can have one subscriber. I don't care. As long as I see you making content, you putting in effort, that's enough for me.
Yeah.
Because we all start from somewhere. We all start from somewhere. I started
Yeah.
somewhere, one subscriber, two subscribers. Conan started one
Mm-hmm.
subscriber, two subscriber. You started at 0 subscribers, one subscriber, two subscribers. We all start from somewhere. You just gotta, build each other up, be there for each other. That's it, man. That's what content creation is all about. And
Yeah.
one thing I will say is, when you look at other communities, drama between content creators, it's childish as fuck. It's really childish. And I do feel like if people could just simply, connect together and realize that we are all in this together, we're all making content, so therefore we should all work together and,
Yeah.
create a better environment for the game that we're playing, for whichever, for anything we're doing. We should make a good environment for everybody. That's what content creation is all about. But once again, I appreciate you guys for coming through. Make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe to Conowen's channel. I'm going to put his link in the comment section down below, and Sable's channel. I'm going to put his link in the comment section down below as well. But once again, thank you guys for coming. I appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a good day. Peace.
Thank you, man. You too.